Right, hello, you've been in my class on Monday morning. We're going to go through hollow body, one leg stance, scapular isolations and a front squat today. And I hope that I'm going to be able to teach you these principles so that you can do your home exercises confidently at home and that we can make progress in your class. So the first concept that we taught you on Monday was hollow body. And I'm going to use this pole as a reference for you. I'm now in a tilted pelvis position in a sloppy forward posture. So there's a big gap between the pole and the spine. My knees are loading in the front and I'm just sinking my pelvis forward. So I'm going to displace my weight onto my heels. I'm going to draw the front of my thighs up. I'm going to push my knees back and my tailbone is tucked under. I'm going to just do a little bit of a tuck myself so that my pubic bone is vertical. The spaces between the pole and my neck should be minimum. My thorax should be on the pole and there should be a little bit of space between my lumbar spine and the pole, but 3 contact points remained. So whether I breathe or bend or move forward, that contact point will stay. Nothing is going to change that. And that is hollow body, and that's going to make sure that you connect your lower body and your upper body and all your movements and that you keep your lower back safe. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the pole away and you're going to be in a relaxed stance as you usually always are. And then you're going to push your weight onto your heels, draw up your thighs, push your knees back, draw your tailbone under or upright your pubic bone if that's better for you. Shoulders are relaxed, head and neck is relaxed. The chin and your forehead is usually in the same plane, so don't poke your chin and then don't draw your chin in too much. So relax head and neck posture. Right, we're going to go straight into your good mornings. That's the one where your bum has to travel behind your heels and you need to bring your bum back into hollow body. So that movement there is a rotation out of your hip joints with legs fixed in hollow body position. So the knees are fully straight and drawn up. So I don't do that in a floppy posture. It's quite condensed, it's quite tight. Hollow body in. For purposes for use, I'm going to bring your bar up. I want you to keep your head above your bar all the time and eyes horizontal. So thighs up, knees back, hollow body. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, push your bum behind your heels as far as you can. Start little and then come back in. So it is really pushing the bum out, rolling the hips forward or anterior, tucking your bum under or rolling your hips back posterior when you come up. Right, do not compress your mid back. This movement here should give me no strain in my mid or my lower back. If I get straight in my mid or lower back, I'm doing something wrong with the movement. So maximum thighs up, push your bum up out as far as you can. Always find your weakness. One side might be a little bit weaker than the other. My left hip is a little bit lazy, so that's my focus. A lot of weight on my left heel, pushing my left knee back. I'm going to bring my arms in forward, very gradual process. I'm loading myself, I'm giving my body a weight to carry, and that's also going to help me to push my bum further back. Careful though, tuck your bum under and come back into hollow body. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out, off goes your bum, hold it. You can stay here for 5 breathing cycles when you build endurance and strength. Draw in the abdominal wall, keep that back nice and flat. And then you come back up into your stance. Let's do one more. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out. I'm going to do a little bit of an advanced version of this. Really take it easy. I can control that weight. I don't feel any strain in my back. My legs are strong enough to push my bum continuously back. Straighten my arms out, under control, tuck my bum and come back up. And then we're going to just soften the knees. Give your knees a little bit of a break. A lot of people do find pain in their knees because the knees become so arthritic and stiff because we sit all day. Very difficult to get the legs straight and put it under load. We're going to move straight into your one leg stance position. You're lucky because it's just a hollow body again. The weight shifts back onto your heels. The toes are nice and light. You can use a pole when you start. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to just transfer my weight onto my left leg, ankle, knee and hip in position. Just make a note there. I don't shift my weight onto the left. It's a transverse movement, but my pelvis stays upright. So the thigh in the front of my leg, the quadricep muscle, is really working hard. Very tight, and it's drawn up, and then that thigh pushes back. So I feel a lot of extension force through the back of my thigh. From my ischial tuberosity, the sit bone, all the way to my heel. Don't worry about picking your foot off the floor. You don't need to do that. You are strengthening already on that leg. And then move over to your other leg. Put your pole into position for balance if you need to. Keep your opposite hip down. Push thighs up, or draw thigh up and push knee back. And then just relax in your breath. You need to keep your focus, and you're continuously needing to draw up and push back and really densen that thigh. And then we're going to move over one more time. I'm going to give yourself a little chance here to breathe. I'm seeing how far I can push myself off that floor on a straight leg. Every breath out, it's a very gradual drawing of the abdominal wall. Let's do 3 more breaths. 2. And then you can change. Okay, when you're ready, you're set. Keep your toe on the floor or off as you wish. You can play around a little bit. You can go and have a look in the back, inside, front, minuscule movement all around your knee. If you feel any inhibition, any pain, stiffness, try to put a little bit of focus there. Load it. Draw up your thigh. Push your knee back, and then stay with me for another 2 breaths. You're still really pushing up through the inner groin too. And then I'm gonna release. So it's up to you how many movements you do, and if you've got a weak leg, then favor that leg. Right, our next one is going to be your bent knees and up, hollow body again. You're not going to be able to see it now, you're going to see it from sideways, but my knees just slide forward as far in front of my toes as possible. My knee is slightly turned out. So what happens there is I'm putting weight on the outside of my foot, the lateral border. The ankle joint in the inside is nice and upright, feet flat, and the sides of the hips are starting to wake up. You start to feel a little response there. So the aim now is just to keep the bum under, slide down a wall. Don't push your bum back on a chair, or you're not sitting on the toilet, slide down the wall. Keep the body a little bit back, knees forward. Feel the mobility challenge in your ankle, and then come back up. Stay back on your heels and back into your other body. And then down. In the beginning, when we learn movements, we do it slow. We really focus on discipline, precision. And when we get a little bit more familiar with the movements, we start to get into a rhythm. Light, medium, difficult, medium. I would say light but consistent. Down. So that bottom bit of the zone, that's where the work happens. That's where I'm going to mobilize and strengthen. I'm not going to do a heck of a lot in the beginning. I'm going to learn the movement there. I'm going to start to get the joint to respond normal, but I'm not really going to strengthen it there. I have to go deep. So if you look from your side, the biggest mistake is as the bum goes back or the knees collapse in. So you need to slide your bum down a wall. You can even do a little pelvic tuck there to see if you're in neutral. Down your wall, knees in front of your toes, Push your knees as wide as you can and keep your breath going with your core in and then up. Right, then you've got your shoulder blades. You can use a stick at home, or you can just let your arms be parallel. You can also do one arm at a time. Keep back in hollow body, so the weight on your heels, thighs up, thighs back, and pull up, parallel. Not too high, not too low, just right, just a little bit under 90 degrees. So let's go back a little bit and forward. Let's just see what we feel. How does the right shoulder respond today? Left shoulder? Do they listen when I command them? Sometimes one is a little bit slower than the other, or you just feel you just don't have that contact. Right, let's start to think. The ribcage is still, hopefully. It's not a sway posture. Nothing in the breastbone happened. It's not a push out and a pull in. The head stays still. So I'm literally just isolating my shoulder blades at the moment. I keep my arms still. There's never ever been a bend in my elbow. I also don't go up and down. I keep my shoulders down and away from my ears. So actually quite a complex movement. So let's go medium, more difficult, maximum. Really squeezing my arms in the socket, drawing my elbows to my chest and fighting my chest down, because she will pop out if I don't fight her. I release, I go to medium, and I go as far as I can. You really can see the hollow body there. And then in, keep still, maximum 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, medium, right forward, bring back, medium, difficult for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right forward, take a breath in, relax, right back into zone, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Work from in the end of your range. Bring it in medium. Last one. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. We turn it around. Let's put the pole down. Let's just see what happens with the shoulder blades there. There's the right one. Play around with it. Let's take it all the way forward as far as I can. Down, middle, in, right, in, middle, left one forward, back in, double, forward, flat on that chest, shoulder down and away from the ears and shrug, back to middle. Squeeze them in, squeeze them in, squeeze them in, squeeze them in. Maximum contraction, hold it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Release, squeeze. Release, squeeze. Middle, right forward. Middle, into zone. Out of zone, into zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter where you put your fist. You can do it in all positions. In, up, down. You can vary. Right, one little variation that I'm going to put in for you. If you feel that you are very stiff in your ankles or your knees, then I want you to place your feet on a block. A book at home. This one is generous. It's thick and high, so it's going to help me a lot. What that's going to do for me is it's going to help me with the loss or lack of ankle stability, and that's going to help me to slide really nice and low. And then I'm going to come back. But what you will feel here is you're really going to have to strengthen the quad muscles. So I'm still really consistent with my knee alignment. They don't kiss. Nice and separated, even a little bit out if you want to. Slide your bum down as low as you can. Usually a 5 breath hold is a good thing to start to practice in. and then come back up. There's always that little hesitance to breathe a little bit faster in the end. Let's just quickly see what that looks from the side. Right, bum into position, hollow body, always nice and calm. And in prayer position, if you wish, slide your bum down a ball. You can tilt, you can feel if you flatten your back. Ribs tucked in, nice and low. And I usually think of beautiful things when I do strength. Something that motivates me. Dig deep. Drawing my core in. Then give you one more extra. And out. Good morning. Hollow body, bent knees, scapular isolations, and finally the one leg stance. See you in your class on Monday. Thank you.